You go to CNN, they say that. You go to the Wall Street Journal, they say that. But the Wall Street Journal and CNN say it's a good thing. The Drudge Report says it's a bad thing. I've got to really commend Matt Drudge, and I've been commending him lately before he started linking to our stories in the last month. Because you go to Drudge Report now, it looks like Infowars.com. And then I was notified Thursday that he has put a permanent link on Drudge right by the Christian Science Monitor and the Wall Street Journal and his permanent news links. I'm not in the blog links. Infowars has now been added as a permanent link to the Drudge Report. What does that say about how far this, quote, extremist or radical show has come? Well, we haven't gone anywhere. We're the same as we were 14 years ago. We have been proven right. We have been proven accurate. I mean, I had Colonel Anthony Schaefer of Able Danger who exposed the fact that the government knew about the 9/11 planned attacks and let it happen on purpose, bare minimum. He contacted me to come on the show. And again, this isn't about, oh, look at my radio show, look at my news websites, look at my films, they're getting so big. No, that is a gauge or a sonar ping, and this is happening every day, where people who are in government or in media who aren't globalist, who aren't New World Order, are now choosing sides. They're deciding to align themselves with Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. They're deciding to openly come out and say, you know what? You were right about this all along. Look at the L.A. Times and Houston Chronicle and New York Times saying Ron Paul was right. Seeing all the media say Ron Paul was right. See, what did Mark Twain say? In the beginning, a patriot is a scarce man, hated and feared. But in time, when his cause succeeds, the timid join him, because then it costs nothing to be a patriot. What has Ron Paul always said? We just tell the truth, we get the ridicule, but in the end, we get proven right, and maybe we can save this country and the planet from the private global corporate government. So that's what's happening right now, is that the real nature of the planet is now being revealed. The way the world really works is now coming out. It doesn't matter if you put Democrats in. It doesn't matter if you put Republicans in, because they're bought and paid for by offshore banks that control the issuance of currency and credit in every industrialized nation. They make money up out of nothing, which nobody else can do. Then they go out and buy up the planet on the way up. Then when they implode the Ponzi schemes by design, they threaten the government into giving them unlimited money and power to get even more control over the economy, or they threaten to fully create a depression and, quote, martial law. What did Henry Paulson threaten Senator Inhofe and others? We played the clips here. They threatened it with martial law in October. And then Bush leaves office. The banks are given unlimited power. And Obama continues everything Bush was doing. And all the private individuals that were paying for Bush's campaigns, they rotate out of the private corporate sector into Obama's White House, and it gets even worse. And the final illusion is evaporating. So we're going to break down the fact that old Geithner and others may be going to jail, for their insider operations. Stay with us. Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Central. I'm here live, back Sundays with an abbreviated transmission, 4 to 6 p.m. Central. Thank you so much for joining us. Your calls are coming up in the next segment. What do you think should be done to little Timmy Geithner? The mainstream media is saying he's not long for this world politically, that he'll be removed from the head of the Treasury. But should we just blame Tim Geithner when he's only a bag man for the private shareholders of the Federal Reserve? And here's the issue. The banks have stolen $28 trillion. Bloomberg reported last year it was 23.7. Now it's over $4 trillion added that they have stolen and then handed out to private central banks globally. While at the same time, the Federal Reserve has given the order to not lend to the general public. Why are they doing that? Because they want to destroy the economy, to force you deeper into debt, to bankrupt the states, so that they, the big central banks, can loan to institutional investors and the government. That's right. The private central banks loan back the money that the federal government gives them. And the banks also leverage it 10-to-1 conservatively through fractional reserve banking. But before I get into all of this, I want to be clear with everybody. Just like a few months ago, I went completely wild on air, even popped champagne, never done that before, to signify to everyone so people would pay attention that the ClimateGate emails proving that the UN knows that man-made global warming isn't real, that climate change is natural, that it gets hotter, then it gets colder, and that they want to tax carbon dioxide in all human activity for a global government. And we got their own internal emails. Now more documents have come out. Ben Santer, the head scientist for the IPCC, admitting that they excised their own report where their own scientists said man wasn't contributing to global warming or climate change. And I told you that was big, that may kill Copenhagen, the open announcement for a treaty to be signed between all the nations of the earth to set up a private global government made up of the private banks. This situation with Geithner is just as big. 99% of Americans in Gallup poll were against the banker bailout of October 3rd, 2008. A year and several months, a year and 3 months later, we are looking at 28 trillion plus stolen domestically. We're looking at governments worldwide refusing to pay this private debt to the banks that was made through fraud. And now that the public learns more of the scam, and now as open discussions are held on national television by the controlled right and controlled left, the system is on the run. People aren't just talking about Barack Obama or John McCain or Sarah Palin or other distractions. These people are front puppets. They're talking about the real power structure. People say, who is the New World Order? It is the private central banks that make money out of nothing, backed up with our tax money. And here's the big issue. They now want that $28 trillion paid back that the government gave to the banks. Okay? And so now they're announcing new sales taxes they want nationally, and excise taxes, and value-added taxes, and how we've got to have these new taxes. And they've got controlled opposition like Glenn Beck and Bill O'Reilly every time I see their show saying, oh, we've got to pay this debt off. We've got to have a big tax. Iceland's saying no. Poland's saying no. Greece is saying no. The people are saying it's a scam. We as the American people need to arrest these Madoff types and not pay them this money. We're bankrupt. Obama has spent more money in less than a year than all presidents previously before him. You thought George Bush was bad, tripling the size of government in 8 years. Obama quadrupled it in less than a year. That's official Congressional Budget Office numbers. These are criminals. This is criminal. I mean, in my film, Fall the Republic, in the documentary of the Obama deception, the two I released last year, I tell you how it's a scam. I tell you how AIG was used as a holding company for the $200+ billion they got that they then paid out to Goldman Sachs and others for bonus money. It was the holding company. That's why Geithner, and that's why Paulson, and that's why Bernanke paid it to AIG, because they were all former heads or deputy heads of Goldman Sachs. And I have the clips in Congress of Paulson. This is bipartisan criminality. You're not going to fix it just arresting or indicting or firing Geithner. Paulson got asked in the House and Senate banking committees, where is the trillions? And he said, I won't tell you. And they said, okay, you yourself got $200 million+ in bonuses from Goldman Sachs that you formerly headed. And who gave you the authorization to give yourself money? And he said, the Treasury Department gave me a waiver. And they said, who is the head of the Treasury Department? Well, I am. You can't have Goldman Sachs executives in the government giving themselves hundreds of millions of dollars apiece. It's criminal. And they did it all by design to destroy Bear Stearns and others, their competition, Lehman Brothers. And that all came out in their internal emails in the 5-part series on McClatchy newspapers 2 months ago. And I got the writer on the show. We have these people red-handed. The fact that he ordered them, the fact that Geithner ordered AIG and others not to tell the public who they were paying the money to, him, directly to him. This is all, folks, every regulatory position of any power is run by Goldman Sachs. They are the piloting group of the banks. They were chosen in the last 20 years. Before it was J.P. Morgan Chase and a few others, but they almost have no power in this. I mean, they're involved in all of it, but the main culprits, because when you're doing a criminal operation, you got to have a small group to keep it contained. It's all Goldman Sachs people. Okay, let's go to what Fox News is saying about the criminality. Then I'll play what Ed Schultz had to say briefly. The full clips are up on Infowars.com, but I'm going to play just a little bit here. Here is Friday evening. This is Judge Napolitano, the best guy on Fox, comes on this show routinely. He's a real patriot, folks.